Here's Doc, post-game presser on why he started DeAndre.
We talked to our guys. They wanted a big guy, a big roller. I thought in the second half, that's how he has to play every night. Those first 4 or 5 minutes were great from him. That's what we need. We love Paul, but we don't need Paul in foul trouble, and that's why you don't want to start him. So we like DJ. We're going to keep starting him, whether you like it or not. That's what we're going to do because our guys believe in him. It's funny, at halftime, we asked our key guys, because we were thinking about it, because I thought Paul Millsap gave us some decent minutes, and to a man, that's where they wanted to go.
Jay, whether you like it or not, he's going to do it because our guys believe in him. They want a big man, a roller, right? -7, and if you liked the first 4 or 5 minutes or whatever it was, boy, those next 12 must have been murder because you wound up -22, Jay.
Well, Paul Reed got in foul trouble. He's a guy who was coming off the bench. He had 5 fouls. I asked this question.
He had 5?
Paul Reed had 5 fouls, yeah. What would you want Doc Rivers to do? People, and I've been on national TV and radio for the longest time talking about the lack of adjustments. I was the one talking about, what happened when they were up 3-1 in their series a couple years ago with the Clippers. I was the one talking about last year with Atlanta and then blowing double-digit leads. But when it comes to this one, I got nothing for anybody except why they get DeAndre Jordan in the first place. Because from what I've been hearing around the league is that even when he was in Brooklyn, he didn't play a lot of minutes. So when they made the move, I remember talking to Alan Yates, our diehard Philadelphia 76ers fan, our producer, and we talk about this all the time. I'm like, well, why would they make that move in the first place? But right now, since he's on the roster, currently constructed, I don't know what you want from him because without Joel Embiid on the floor, regardless of whether it's Paul Reed, DeAndre Jordan, they don't really have the right matchup for Miami to begin with. Bam Adebayo is a matchup nightmare. This dude is a Swiss Army knife. He can give it to you in so many different areas between setting screens, pick and pop, and getting to the rim. They pinpoint mismatches. So whenever Jordan is on the court, he's going to be a mismatch that's actually going to be targeted by the Miami Heat.
Well, you know why they picked him up, though, Jay? Familiarity, right? I mean, you're very familiar with somebody who you played with in L.A. for a very long time, and he knows the sets. And I get it. It's lemon heads, right? It's very sour taste, thinking that you're getting a player, not the player from 10 years ago. You're getting a player from today. It's not the same player. But what else are you going to do if you Doc Rivers? This is what you have. You believe in this, that he is giving you the best chance to win because you, in your mind, revisiting history, Lob City and all that, and not realizing, that may not be the case. Without Joel Embiid on the floor, though, in the middle of that floor, they're in trouble. No matter whoever they go to on the bench, they're in trouble. When they lost him for the couple games that they're going to probably lose him for, they're going to wind up probably being down 2-0 before they even get a chance to really get him back.
I think you, Jay, and Key also to a degree, like with what you guys are saying, give good context to the situation. In other words, this is the roster you got. They picked up DeAndre this year, right? Okay, he's on. Now you got an injury. You got another guy who you can play at center. He did not foul out. He did wind up with a bunch of fouls, though. Okay, maybe he didn't foul out because of those minutes. So like, Jay, when you say, I don't know what else, I don't know what I got for you here, this is just the roster he has. And then what do you want Doc to say? Look, this is the roster I got. What do you want me to do? No, he's got to support his guys. But it comes off to me the wrong way when Doc's like, whether you guys like it or not, because you're just feeding the monster, right? People are like, Doc.
He keeps hearing people talk negative about his adjustments and the things that he's doing. So naturally, he's getting sick and tired of it. He doesn't want to hear it. So he's like, whether you like it or not, because I'm sure he's reading the newspapers and people are telling him what's going on and why he's doing the things that he's doing. And so he's basically venting the frustration with the individuals that's taking shots at him.
I have two things, guys. Number one, I think we're all missing the point. We're trying to dig deep into Doc Rivers. Why is DeAndre Jordan on this team in the first place? I need answers.
Right.
I just gave it to you, Jay.
But Key, I need to know, because Doc Rivers can tell me as much as he wants about familiarity with DeAndre Jordan, but if I'm Daryl Morey, if I'm paying attention to the landscape of the league, I'm saying, well, DeAndre hasn't been DeAndre for a long-ass time. Like, so I know what you might think you want, Doc, but it may not be the answer. So why is he on this roster in the first place? That's a question a lot of Philadelphia 76er fans are asking.
Legit.
And number two, we spend no time talking about the Miami Heat. I'm down here in West Palm. I got to be honest, the first thing people were jabbing me about, I walk in the studio, I was like, oh, what are you going to say crappy about the Heat today? So, like, I'm saying, like, I know we're finding what's wrong with Philly, but damn, though, Eric Spoelstra is a genius on the sideline. He's the one targeting DeAndre Jordan when his ass is on the court. And Tyler Hero's come off the bench dropping buckets. Kyle Lowry's not even playing in this series thus far.
Know why we don't talk more about the Heat? That's a legit gripe. Let's leave the other stuff alone with it, but like about Doc and everything. The reason we don't talk about the Heat is because, in fact, what people want to hear is not an X's and O's breakdown. Usually, they want to get hooked on characters and what those characters mean,
but
what's
Max,
in their way, their obstacles, their stories.
Who understands Joel Embiid and the way Doc Rivers works more than Jimmy Butler?
Right. This is what I'm saying. So for the Heat, the hook is whenever you have a team of a collection of guys, they're all about as good as each other. Maybe one guy's a little better, but he's not a superstar. It's hard to sink your teeth into as a story until you start talking about the characters. Jimmy Butler, Eric Spoelstra, Tyler Hero, right? Bam. Now, as the playoffs progress and they have success, we'll focus more on the characters, and they'll get more shine.
Understood, Max. I'm just telling you, one of the reasons why James Harden, even though there's lack of explosiveness to get by people, one of the reasons why he struggled is because you know who played with him in Houston for a long time? P.J. Tucker.
Oh, he was
who knows
excellent.
how to guard him. P.J. Tucker was one of the key cogs to helping the Milwaukee Bucks win a world championship last year.
Yeah, he's such a good player for so long. Great in the locker room, on the floor, everything. You're right.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.